Welcome back to the Crochet Karate. It's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the Nubby Crochet Scrubber. This is a really neat idea and it uses a portion of a ball of the Lily Sugarn Cream. For anything kitchen related, you're going to want to use 100% cotton, which includes your Lily Sugarn Cream and Bernat Handicrafter yarn. So you can see it's a nice, fabulous, it's dense, it's a great little scrubber. It also has a handle so that you can hang to dry if you wish, which you should. And what we're going to do is get you started, and this is really quite an easy pattern to be able to follow. You're going to need a little crochet marker like so, just a spare piece of yarn, and a 4mm size G crochet hook in order to play to make one of these. So let's talk about the construction of this and then we'll begin. So as we construct this, what we're going to do is the handle is the last section, but we're going to create a flat disc just like you see, and we're gonna be playing on the back loops only, and those loops are what these particular little chains are holding on to. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do your disc and then come back, and if you pull this apart you can see it on the inside is that each one of the single crochet front loops each gets one of these, which makes it nice and dense as you're being able to do it. So you're going to need your stitch marker in order to keep an eye on it, because it's a continuous revolution for 5 different rounds, and then once you're done that you're gonna come back and then you're gonna apply your little nubbies all the way back to the outside of it. So let's begin. Let's get started now. So let's begin. We're going to create a slip knot and we are going to chain a total of 4. So a 4mm size G crochet hook, which I think I've already said. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and let's form a ring by inserting the hook into the beginning chain, and you're gonna yarn over, pull through and through. So it's telling you right off the bat to apply a place marker as soon as you get your first one done. So chain up 1, and it's gonna be 1 single crochet into the center of that ring. I want you to place your stitch marker in now to the top of that one, that first single crochet, and that will signify when you're going around. You're gonna do a continuous revolution so that you are not having any slip stitching, so you can follow it backward to the outside in order to apply all the nubby scrubbing pieces that will be on there, and it's all one piece, so you just gotta go in a circle. So let's finish off this circle. So you're going to do 9 more single crochets into the center of that circle. So let's just say we've done the first one, which we have. This is gonna be number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, make space if it's not enough space, so 7, 8, 9 and finally 10. So with the first one plus the other 9, that gives you a total number of 10. So you're not gonna slip stitch at the end of the revolution. What you're going to do is you're gonna start immediately with the first one. So let's go into number 2, round 2. You're going to go into the back loop. If you're new to crochet, there's 2 strands and together they make up a stitch. Go in the first one, that's the front loop. You go in the second one, the furthest one, that's the back loop. So right when the first one is, you see it with the stitch marker, you're going to apply 2 single crochets into the back loop only. And before you move on, I want you to move up the stitch marker to the first one of the 2. And then you know when you get back all the way around. Okay, so each of the back loops are gonna get 2 single crochets each, and then you're going to continue on. So I'll meet you at the end of this revolution when we hit that stitch marker once again. So I've come all the way back around because my next one has the stitch marker, and that was the first one. So now let's go into round number 3. The first one is gonna be 1 single crochet by itself, and let's move that stitch marker up so that we're keeping a track of that. So move that stitch marker up again in for that round. Just pull it through. Okay, so the first one was 1 by itself, and then the next one has 2 single crochets into the back loop only. So keep on the back loops. So these front loops that you see here, they're each gonna have those nubbly things. So the next one is 1 by itself, and then the one after that has 2 single crochets into the same one. So the next one is 1 by itself, and the next one has 2. Please do that same pattern going all the way around for round number 3. So I'm coming up all the way around on number 3. Now I ended up with 2 single crochets in the last one, which is correct. If it wasn't, I wouldn't worry about it too much anyway, because you're gonna apply those scrubby things to it. You'll never see this stitch work. So you're going to start off now round number 4. The first one, let's just start and move up that stitch marker so that you can keep an eye on that. We just have to do one more revolution after number 4. And the one after that is gonna be 1 single crochet by itself. The next one has 2. So 1 and 2. Okay, so the repeat pattern is 2 by themselves. So 1 and 2 and then 2 into the same. Please do that all the way around for round number 4. So I'm coming up to the end of round number 4. The last one has 2 single crochets in the same. Again, if you don't have that, don't worry about it too much. So let's finish off round number 5. So we're just gonna start off in your first one. Just do 1 by itself and move up that stitch marker, and therefore you know when you're done. So this is the last revolution that we have, and then we're gonna start our nubbly things after. So in round number 5 you just put 1 by itself, so put another 2 by themselves. So 1 and 2. So you got 3 in a row by themselves, and then the next one has 2. So you notice that it still stays a flat disc. So the repeat pattern is 3 in a row by itself. So 1, 2, 3, and then the next one has 2 into the same one. 1 and 2. Please do that all the way around for round number 5, and then we're gonna start our nubbly things afterward. So as you come up to the end of round number 5, I wanna give you a piece of advice here. So just watch, and because it says to do it after, but I would do it now. Put on your handle now. So we've just come all the way back around, so just slip stitch into the next one, and then I want you to chain. What are we gonna be chaining today? Chaining 12 it says. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You might as well add it now, so instead of having to have more yarn. And then I would slip stitch back to the same one that you are going into. Now we want to make sure that that's gonna be nice and fastened, so let's just trim your yarn. So this will be a quick lesson on how to fasten off at the end, and you're gonna want to use a tapestry needle for that. So pull everything nice and tight. You can also pull out your stitch marker too if you wish. You're not gonna need that. So what I want to do is just bury that in to the stitch work underneath. So I don't want to impede on any of these front loops that we see, because we're gonna be using those. So just come across once, go back in the other direction twice, and a third time I'm gonna pull out that stitch marker now and go back a third time is a charm. And therefore you have the item ready to go. So you can just trim your work. So you can see it looks like it's a little off, but it won't matter because you're not gonna see it much anyway, right, once you apply your nubblies. So now what we're going to do is that we're gonna go back to the center and start applying those next. So the nubbies are actually added to the front loop, and we're gonna start as soon as you see a front loop available to you. So right here, and if you follow it, because we've been going in a continuous revolution, it's like a snail shell, and it will just keep on going around and around. And each one of these we're going to apply exactly the same stitch. So I'm not gonna do the whole thing with you on camera. I'm just gonna show you how to get started today. So we're gonna create a slip knot and just put it onto your hook, and I want you to slip into the first front loop that you can possibly see. Do you see it there? It's right there. And see how we finished? If you kind of follow it up, that's kind of cheating too, but that's how it works. So you're just gonna go into the first one, the front loop, and you are going to apply your yarn to it. So we're gonna get ourselves started with the slip stitch. You're now going to chain 4. So this is how it's done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then single crochet starting with the second chain. So just single crochet that one plus 2 more as you work your way back down. And do the last one, and then you slip stitch to the same one that you just came out of. So slip. Then you move to the next one. So the next one that's available to you. So just slip stitch to start, and then chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, second chain, come back, single crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. slip stitch into the same one that you just came out of, and then slip stitch the next one to start a new one. So you're just gonna go in a continuous revolution all the way around and around and around. So what I decided to do is that I never did the final round. So if you look at it from this perspective, that round's exposed, and so I figured it might give something extra to grab onto if you need it. And you're just gonna go in a continuous revolution and then just fasten off. As you crochet this, when you go for the first couple rounds, you're going to notice that the middle is open. See how it's filled in now, but the middle will look open, and you're gonna question whether you're doing it right. But as you add more and more of these, they will fill right in and bunch it out all together like this. So this would be how you would do the Nubby Crochet Scrubber. It's a really quite a simple concept, and you can whip off a few of these probably in an evening. So until next time, it's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd, my friends over at yarnspirations.com. See ya.